Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to review the Pentel Touch and the Pentel Sign. These are pens with water-soluble ink, so today I want to test them out and see how good they are when used for water-soluble ink sketching. The design of these two pens, they look almost identical, just that with the Pentel Touch we have more sparkling bits. Even the shape of the pen cap looks similar. And these are felt tip pens. For the Pentel Touch, the tip looks like a mini brush tip, while the Pentel Sign, it looks like a bullet tip. It's more firm. There is a slight degree of flex with the Pentel Touch. And with the Pentel Touch, there is this breather hole here. The price of the Pentel Touch, from what I can see online, it varies quite significantly depending on where you buy it from. So it's around US $2 to $3, and the Pentel Sign, it's cheaper by up to 50%. And here in Singapore, these pens, they are quite affordable, which is why I bought several at a go. For a pen like this selling at $2 to $3 US, I find it to be quite expensive. You can probably find it cheaper if you buy it in a box. Thankfully, here in Asia, stationery is not that expensive. It's more affordable. Let's see if you can open the back. You can. It uses an ink sponge inside, so this pen can definitely be refilled, but there's no point refilling the pen if the tip is worn out. Before we draw something, let's see if the ink is water soluble. So this is the Pentel Touch. Let's draw some thin lines and thick lines. So this mini brush tip allows you to draw thin and thick lines, which is nice. I like the flexibility. And this is the Pentel Sign. So this is the bullet tip. I'm going to draw a thin line and I'm going to press down hard. So the variation here between the thin and the thick, it's not as obvious compared to the Pentel Touch. And now let's use a water brush to paint over the touch. So this is indeed water soluble. And I like that the line, it doesn't dissolve totally, doesn't dissolve completely. And now let's paint over Pentel Sign. So this is water soluble as well, and these two colors, they look the same. These inks are probably made with dyes, so they are not going to be archival, which means the colors, they are going to fade if you expose them to light long enough. With dye inks, sometimes you can see the colors break apart, which is the case here. You can see some orange from the red, and you should not spray inks like this with fixative. The fixative will really break the colors apart. I really like the wash that is created by dissolving the ink. So let's sketch something with the Pentel Touch first, the one with the mini brush tip. I like that you can get thin and thick lines. It's a felt tip, so you can feel some sort of texture on the paper. The ink flow is fantastic, but I'm not sure how long this pen can last. With thin and thick lines that this pen can produce, you can use the thinner lines for objects in the background. You can use the thicker lines to emphasize certain objects or elements. And this is the Pentel Sign. I'm just going to draw the same thing. But because this is a bullet tip, there is no flexibility in terms of the lines you can create. Most of the lines, they are, well, of single thickness. Now with this pen, the Pentel Sign, it's more challenging when it comes to drawing thinner lines, because the bullet tip, it has a minimum width to it, minimum thickness to it. The Pentel Touch has a lighter touch on paper. Here's how it sounds. And this is how the Pentel sign sounds. And now let's paint over the sketch. So when the ink dissolves, it forms a nice mid value. Some inks, when you dissolve the ink, the wash can appear to be quite light, quite faint, but that's not the case here. It's very convenient to use the Pentel pens with a water brush like this. Notice how the color is breaking apart here. I see some orange. Let's paint the shadows on the ground. So if there is no ink to dissolve, you're going to get a very faint wash. Let's see if I can dissolve the ink on the tip to get a darker wash. It's not easy. And when you add water to the tip like that, it's going to dilute the ink. So now the ink is not as vibrant compared to what it was before. So don't do that. Don't add water to the pen tip. This is the Pentel sign. It works the same as the Pentel Touch, just that the lines here, they are consistent in terms of the thickness. Looks like the ink has dissolved completely, almost completely. I guess if you go over the ink long enough, it can dissolve the ink. Alright, I know why the ink dissolved more readily here. It's because of the paper. So these two pieces of paper, they are the same. This is a different piece of paper. So depending on the paper you use, the ink can dissolve almost completely, or it may not dissolve completely. So before you use these pens to create actual artworks, I recommend you test them on paper you have first to avoid unexpected surprises. These pens are available in different colors. So let me show you the black and the blue as well. This is very nice. That's the Pentel Touch. And this is the Pentel sign. And this is the Pentel Touch, the blue. And the sign. If you want to get thin and thick lines with the Pentel sign, with the bullet tip, you can do so by tilting the pen and drawing on the side to get the thicker lines, and drawing with the tip to get the thinner lines. Just like the Pentel Stylo and the Pentel Tradio Stylo, these Pentel pens, they are great for water-soluble ink sketching. Just make sure you test them first, and also remember these inks, they are not light fast. I'll put some links in the video description below to where you can find these pens online, and also where you can find more reviews for them. So thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful. See you in the next one. Bye!